The NAU investment portfolio consistently performs in the top quartile of NACUBO, principally because of our investment philosophy and our guidelines. First of all, we sit as fiduciaries. We never look at ourselves as playing some sort of gambling game with the monies that come in from our donors. So as fiduciaries, we're held to the highest standard under law, and we take that very seriously. Our guiding principles are set out in our investment policy statement. We also have an investment committee and a finance committee. And those committees are populated with our directors who not only have a very strong interest in the investment and finances of the foundation, but whose backgrounds reflect that as well. Interestingly enough as well, on our investment committee, we have invited some of our emeritus directors who are no longer on the board, but they have this passion to continue to serve, and they have a particular expertise in investments. We've found that having their voices on the committee is very beneficial. We've also invited individuals who serve on our investment committee who are not even on the board, who are not a former director or emeritus, but they're friends of the university. They like the university mission, and they're very strong in their investment backgrounds. Now, both the emeriti directors as well as our friends, shall we call them, of the university who sit on the investment committee, they do not vote. Only the current directors have a vote on the committee. But having all of these voices on the committee gives us all these different perspectives that keeps us in our lane, and that lane is the long game. We're not here to play the market. We're not here to try to look at the most recent shining object that's out there in investments. So what guides us is that mission of the long game. And I'll sometimes speak to our directors that when it comes to investments, it's almost as if, like we learned about in Greek mythology with the sirens who would sing the songs and lure the sailors to their untimely demise. Well, it's very similar with investing because you can hear the siren songs of whatever the newest investment is out there. I won't name them because there's always new ones coming up. But you have to learn to ignore that noise. And I also give a lot of credit to our OCIO, our outsourced chief investment officer. It's very important, I would tell any board chair, that when you go through your review of your OCIO, most of the time it's about every 5 years that you do that refresher, maybe put out an RFP to see if you want to have somebody new as your OCIO. It's so important to have a robust process to make sure that you've got somebody helping you, that it might be a consultant, it might be AGB or others, so that as you're receiving the responses to your RFP, they're being properly vetted. You will suss through and maybe have a top 3 or 4, and then have a very robust interview process because your OCIO is your partner. You want them to partner with you on the path and the philosophy and the guidelines that you want for your own foundation. And as the old saying goes, you've seen one foundation, you've seen one foundation. So everybody has a different philosophy, but we have found at NAU that staying in the long game, investing for the long term serves us best.